Today, I want to have a candid conversation about little wins in life that have kept me going recently. And it's kind of like good things have happened to me, and they've kept me going in ways that make me glad I'm alive. And I think it's really important to have things happen in your life that make you glad you're alive, because for me, I've struggled with thoughts of ending it years and years and years ago, and I never thought I would make it to 29. I didn't think I'd make it to 18. So the little wins and the little things are things that I take very much joy in. I take pride in. I really live life for all it's worth, and that means the big stuff and the little stuff. So I try to live all of it because I think all of it's really important. But let's focus on the little things today, the little stuff that's happened in life that have really, made it worth living. So I'll start off by saying that I made a little bit of progress with my guinea pigs recently. This is Luna. So she is 3.5 years old, and she was given to me as a gift for making it a year free of cutting. So I didn't do that bad thing for a whole year, and I got a guinea pig. And she does not like it when I pet her in the cage. It's like my cage is really big, so I'll sit in the cage with the piggies and I'll try to pet her, and she won't let me pet her in the cage. But I've gotten to the point now where I can touch her nose while she's eating. And that's close. That's close. I'm getting there. So I'm starting just by putting my finger on her nose, getting her used to that, and then eventually I'll work up to a full pet. That's the idea. So that's a little win that I've got recently, because making progress with the prey animals that live in my apartment is a big deal to me, which is nice. So the second thing is that last night I went with members of my lab to a vendor show, which was kind of like this socializing event where scientific equipment vendors were all set up and they had swag and stuff to give out, and also business cards and stuff. And so the whole idea was that you would go to each booth and talk to the people there, make connections and whatnot. And as someone who worked in a lab and has some place in that lab, as someone who contacts these salespeople and stuff, even though I don't have the money and no authority to actually buy anything, I am a point person in a way. And so me as the point person, I was able to go to all of these people and be like, hey, I work at this lab, I work for this guy, we do all this stuff, these are the platforms we use to do X, Y, and Z. And I kind of had a reawakening of my networking skills. And I was starting to have doubts that I was able to talk easily to people, talk easily to new people, walk up and talk to people. Because I have a conference coming up. I announced it on, I announced it on Instagram, but I got picked to go to the Healthy Voices conference, which is sponsored by Johnson & Johnson. They pay for my travel and lodging. All opinions are my own and all that, so I gotta say that and whatnot. But I got picked to go to that conference. I applied, and I'm going next weekend, and I'm really excited about it. And I was really nervous that I wasn't sure I still had it in me to do networking skills, had it in me to walk up to someone I did not know and start a conversation with them. And so last night I was able to prove to myself that yes, I can still do it. I can still talk to people and stuff. And also with the addition of having new anxiety medication, I'm able to even more easily do that kind of thing. Like I had very little anxiety last night, which was like so good because it was a new environment, and it should have been more uncomfortable, if that makes sense. But it was way more comfortable than I was expecting. And I thought that was pretty cool. And I'm really grateful for it. And I'm super excited for the Healthy Voices conference coming up. So wish me luck. Wish me luck on that. Oh my gosh. Whew, big things are happening. So the next thing is that it's starting to get darker in the morning. And as someone who has a mood disorder, you'd think, ooh, darker in the morning, that's probably not a good thing, because a lot of people struggle with seasonal affective disorder, etc. I actually don't have any seasonal depression. I actually really enjoy it when it's darker in the morning and darker at night. I like the shorter days. And there's an aspect of shorter days that I really enjoy, and it's that the darker mornings mean that the sunrise happens later on, because it's darker in the morning, so sunrise happens later on. And that means that if I wake up early enough, which I do wake up pretty early, I get up around 6:30 and whatnot, and if I wake up early enough and then get to work early enough, I get to watch the sunrise. And it's not just any sunrise. When I get up to the floor where the lab is, where I work, there are these big windows, and like like instead of walls, there's just windows, and I can see the skyline of the city I live in, like all the skyscrapers. I can see them through the windows, and it's wild to me because the sun will just rise over the skyline, and I'll be able to just see a brand new sunset every single time, because no two sunsets, I can see a brand new sunrise every single time, because no two sunrises are the same. And I don't know, I'm not like, I wouldn't say that I'm a morning person in the sense that I'm really excited to get up every single morning. Like, I absolutely would love to spend like 2 hours extra sleeping. Like, I love sleeping. I just can't sleep in as the way I used to. For some reason, when I started my antipsychotic, I was able to get up earlier in the morning, which I guess is a good thing, but it means I can't sleep until like 2 p.m. anymore, and I mean, honestly, I enjoy sleeping in on the weekends, and I can't do that as much anymore. But anyway, the point is that I wouldn't say I'm necessarily a morning person, but mornings do have a certain place in my heart, because I really do enjoy seeing that sunrise and stuff. I'll take a picture and I'll send it like the people I care about and stuff. Like, it's just really fun. And it was not something I foresaw as something I would be able to do. And I think it's a little gift. And I think the little gifts are important. And yeah, so little win is that it's getting darker in the morning, so I see more sunrises, which is good. So, and now I'm going to show you something really cute. Okay, are you ready? Are you ready? You want some lettuce? Here we go. Hungry guinea pig. Hungry guinea pig going after romaine. I didn't want her munching while I was talking about all the other stuff, but I can finish the video with her munching, because I want to leave you with a DBT skill that has proved really useful for me. And I think when it comes to building a life that is worth living, which is something I've worked really, really hard to do over the last 4 years? But I'd say 4 years. Yeah, last 4 years. I worked really hard to do. Is that there's a skill that really works to build a life worth living. I'm not making any sense. That's so funny. I'm distracted by the chomping. The chomping is so cute. I keep on seeing it. She's great. Yeah. Okay, anyway, building a life worth living, there's a skill. It's called accumulate positive experiences. And the way it works is that you do something that you enjoy. You do one thing you enjoy every single day. And even if you're having a really bad week where things are not happening that are good for you, but golly, Luna, you're not doing good for you, but like bad things are happening, but you wanna do like one nice thing for yourself. So like get yourself a good coffee, or go for a nice walk, or play your favorite video game. You do all that stuff, and at the end of the week, even if you're depressed and sad and not doing well, you look back and you're like, hey, I did fun stuff throughout the week, so it really wasn't that bad. And I have seen this firsthand work with me in my experiences. Like, I had a depressive episode last year that I did chronicle on the channel, and I remember I went to a hot air balloon festival in the middle of my depression, and I still look back on that depression and think, yeah, it was kind of fun at times. And that's not something you'd think of when you think of a depressive episode. Like, you don't sit there and go, it had fun moments, but that depressive episode had fun moments, and it's because I was doing positive experiences. And the whole idea is that you accumulate a bunch of positive things so that you build a life that is fun and exciting, even when your emotions are not being fun and exciting. And so it's actually a formal DBT skill that you do. I had it on a sheet, like a little diary card. I would write down the positive experience that I would accumulate when I was first learning this skill. And it was kind of like an excuse to do nice things. So yeah, that's one of my favorite DBT skills. It's wonderful. And it doesn't have to be big things. It doesn't have to be a hot air balloon festival. Like I said, it can be getting coffee. It can be playing your favorite video game. It can be any of that stuff. It's just do things that you enjoy, and you'll build a life that you enjoy. Yeah. So yeah, that's all for this video. Thanks for joining me and making the uncomfortable comfortable. I will see you in the next one. Luna's gonna go back in the cage. And yeah, subscribe if you haven't already, and bye-bye.